gentlemen, boys and girls, and wrestling fans of the world, it's your boy Mega Crasher, coming at you pumped up, coming at you hardcore, and coming at you guys back again once again with another epic as hell WWE video. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to break down what this video is going to consist of. Now try to work with me on this, okay? This is something that I've never done before, so it's like the old saying goes, there's a first time for everything, but please just try and follow me on this, okay? So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be combining the aspects of a predictions video and combining that with the result/reaction video of the most recent WWE pay-per-view that took place actually this past Sunday, known as WWE Payback. Now, the thing of it is that I was meaning to do a WWE predictions video for the pay-per-view before it actually took place, and then do a reaction/results video discussing the pay-per-view after it took place. But due to time constraints and my work schedule, I wasn't able to get around it to making that video for you guys, so my apologies for the lateness. However, with this right here, I certainly hope that this makes up for it, and that is why I'm going to be going with the approach of the 2-for-1 special kind of video, where I give you guys the predictions bit, and then I follow it up with the results/reaction bit. So, with all that being said, let's get this started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so kicking off this video, we're actually going to be talking about the pre-show matches, or in this situation, match that took place, which was a regular tag team match between Enzo and Cass versus Anderson and Gallows. Now, as usual, Enzo and Cass kicked off a really witty and comedy-filled kind of promo, and I just gotta say, I am always loving those guys' promos, okay? They get me so fired up and so supercharged, okay? Especially Enzo with this like, bada boom, realest dudes in the room, how you doing? I'm just like, holy shit, man, that guy, holy shit, he's got so much energy, okay? So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, not really much in terms of highlights of the match. I mean, it was an okay contest. I mean, the thing of it is that at the end of it, Big Cass did save Enzo from getting a serious pummeling with the Magic Killer from both Gallows and Anderson, and Enzo actually ended up scoring the pinfall on Big Luke Gallows with the roll-up, and I'm just like, yo, alright, that's my boy, okay? He's small, but he's scrappy. So, with that situation, Big Enzo, or I should say Big Cass and Enzo ended up winning the match. Now, to give you guys my predictions, I had actually thought that by some sort of weird twist of fate, no pun intended, because the Hardy Boys are in fact involving in this pay-per-view, but I actually thought that Anderson and Gallows was going to win this match. I'm just like, holy shit, it's like, well, goddamn it, it's like, well, here we are, it's like, we're 0 for 1 so far when it comes to the predictions. So, with that being said there, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is really the only match that took place in the pre-show, but there was a couple of promo-esque kind of segments, because the thing of it is that they were talking about the whole no-holds-barred House of Horrors kind of match, okay? First of all, I didn't even know what the hell a House of Horrors kind of match was, okay? I thought it was going to be something like the New Day did with the Wyatt family, you know, copying fucking DK versus the Broken Hardy Boys when they did the whole final deletion or whatever. It's like, I'm just like, okay, this better not be another knockoff or something, but I'll get to that later on, okay? Like, it kind of surprised me, but at the same time, I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I was face-palming so hard, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. It is what it is. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the thing of it is that this actually turned out to be a no-holds-barred match that will start in Wyatt's house and end in the ring with a pinfall or submission. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So then we get on to the Miz TV segment. I'm like, okay, dude, we got ourselves one of the biggest heels, one of the best heels in the history of WWE, okay? There's a lot of people that fucking hate the Miz, okay? Including me, but you know, the thing of it is that, you know, I hate his character, but he seems like a nice dude in real life. I mean, here's the thing, man, is that Miz, he is one of the best that WWE has to offer, okay? So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the thing of it is that, of all people, I'm just like, holy shit, he's interviewing Finn Balor in this, okay? I'm like, dude, this is so crazy. But the thing of it is that Miz was throwing his usual heelish barbs at him, you know, saying how his entrance took too long. And then he was, Balor was saying how he's gonna give back the Universal Championship. And I'm thinking, wait a second there, Finn. It's like, not mean to diss you, man. You're one of my favorite wrestlers there is, but it's like, do you realize who the champion is? And do you realize who he beat to be the champ? And do you realize who is gunning for him? It's like, okay, well, go. Okay, here's the thing, okay? You know, I'm always about, like, how it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, it's about the size of the fight in the dog. But Brock motherfucking Lesnar is the Universal Champion, okay? He's the same guy that beat beat Goldberg at WrestleMania in a crazy as hell back and forth squash match that turned out so much better than I thought it would be. And you know who's gunning for him? Braun Strowman is, okay? And that right there is some great balls of fire, which, by the way, I will get into later on in this video, okay? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, getting back to the promo here, Miz was saying that Brock Lesnar would break Finn Balor in half, you know, yada yada yada, all this shit. And then Balor was obviously he was getting fed up. He's like, Miz obviously isn't worth beating up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, obviously, Miz kept on jawing off and ranting. And then out of nowhere, Balor took out the Miz. I'm like, oh shit, oh snap. And I'm just like, dude, like, that right there was something. And, you know, I'm always happy to see Finn Balor. Like, the guy was out since SummerSlam and came back the night after WrestleMania, okay? And I'm just like, okay, the WWE had better have big fucking plans for him. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, really sorry about getting sidetracked with the whole ranting and stuff like that, because all that good stuff. And this is all on the spot too, okay? Didn't prepare for a script or anything, but that's how your boy kind of does things, okay? That's how your boy does things when it comes to epic as hell videos like these, is that I go off the cuff and hopefully I don't fuck it up. And if I do, I try to make the fuck up look cool. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's now get to the main card of Payback! Woo! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so now we get on to the first match of the actual pay-per-view itself, and I was really surprised when they led off with Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho in a US Championship WrestleMania rematch. I'm like, what? Are you actually seriously right now? Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, you know, I was really skeptical at first, okay? I was really fucking skeptical, but I'm thinking, okay, you know, the WWE obviously must be doing this for a reason, okay? So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing the predictions part here, and then we compare to the results. So, I had actually predicted for Kevin Owens to retain the US Championship because there was a lot of rumors going around about how Chris Jericho was going to have a hiatus, most likely because of his responsibilities in his band Fozzy, okay? But now we get to the actual match itself, okay? It was a really good back and forth match, and Chris Jericho was actually working on Kevin Owens' fingers, okay? And it's funny because at one point of the match, you had Chris Jericho put Kevin Owens in the walls of Jericho, and he touched the rope with one finger, and then it's like he was working on the fingers, and then he puts them in the hold again, makes them tap out, and Chris Jericho is now a two-time US champion. And I'm like, what? Are you actually kidding me right now? I'm like, are you kidding? What? Holy shit, I was not expecting that whatsoever. I'm like, wow. Like, I was in love with it. I was in love with the finish, man, and I love Chris Jericho, dude. Like, Chris Jericho is absolutely amazing. He is definitely one of the best in WWE history in so many ways, okay? But goddamn, man, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, what the hell? Like, that was smart on Chris Jericho to be working on Owens' fingers so that he could grab at the ropes to try and break the hold and whatnot. And plus, like, if you can't grab, then you're kind of fucked in a wrestling match because it involves a lot of clutching and grabbing and all that stuff. But goddamn, man, like, that was so crazy. That was honestly crazy. And hey, that means Chris Jericho is now moved to SmackDown, okay? And the thing of it is that, like, what does that leave for Kevin Owens? I mean, I know that Kevin Owens was drafted to SmackDown because he was a US champion, but is he going to stay on SmackDown is the thing. Like, I'm willing to bet he probably is, but I could be completely wrong about that. But now this kind of begs the question, like, are we going to be seeing AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho 5? Yes, 5, okay? Because the thing of it is that AJ Styles is still on SmackDown, right? and he is the current #1 contender for the United States Championship, which now Chris Jericho has. And I'm like, here's the thing, dude. Here is the thing, okay? Is that the first time that Chris Jericho and AJ Styles faced off, AJ won. Second time they faced off, Chris Jericho won. They faced off at Fastlane. AJ Styles won. I can't believe I fucking blanked out on AJ fucking Styles' name, man. Oh, damn, that hurt. Anyways, and then we get to WrestleMania 32 where Chris Jericho won. So they were 2 for 2 in singles competition. So this right here, I'm really hoping that they set up a final decisive fucking match between Chris Jericho and AJ Styles. Settle it on the, like, just settling it. All marbles in, okay? For all the marbles. I think that's how they say it. Oh my god. But dude, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, that right there was a great fucking opener for the actual pay-per-view itself. Woo! But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to move on to the next match. Let's go! So something I forgot to mention real quick is that right now, when it comes to predictions versus the results of the pay-per-view itself, we're 0 for 2 right now, okay? We're 0 for fucking 2. That's not a good lead-off, okay? So anyways, coming up next, we have ourselves the Cruiserweight Championship match between the champion Neville versus Austin Aries. And the thing of it is that, like, it was a great match, okay? It was a great match, but a fucking bullshit DQ finish, okay? Like, I'm like, are you actually kidding me? So the thing of it is that Neville was actually DQ'd after grabbing the referee while in Austin Aries' submission. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, no, are you kidding me? Like, I was actually hoping, okay? I was hoping that Austin Aries would actually beat Neville for the championship, because it's Austin motherfucking Aries, dude. One of the best wrestlers around, okay? Like, he was one of the top stars in TNA, okay? And I know TNA doesn't exactly compare to WWE, but I mean, the thing of it is that now that TNA doesn't have the Broken Hardys, it's like, well, where's TNA now? But the thing of it is, this ain't about TNA, okay, daddy? This is about WW motherfucking E. The thing is that I was expecting for Austin Aries to win, and technically speaking, he won, but by DQ, okay? Like, he didn't win, he didn't have the objective completed to walk away with the championship. Instead, Neville walks away with the championship even though he lost by disqualification. So, I mean, I was predicting for Austin Aries to get payback and win, okay? But unfortunately, that didn't happen, like, in the regards of him actually walking away a new champion, okay? So, the thing is that technically now we're 1 for 2, but you know what? Given the fact that Austin Aries did not walk away with the championship and ended up winning by DQ because of Neville, it's like, I'm almost thinking we should make it 0 for 3, but the thing of it is, technically speaking, Austin Aries did in fact win the match, even if it was a DQable finish. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, not really anything much else to say about that, to be honest with you. So, I guess with all that said, let's go ahead and get on to the next match. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so coming up next is a match that I felt like I was looking forward to the most in WWE Payback, being the Hardy Boys versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. I'm like, whoa, here we go, man. And this was something that the crowd was so fucking into. I'm like, yes, this is so good. Like, they were chanting things like Brother Nero and Obsolete. I'm like, dude, this right here this was amazing, okay? Like, I felt goosebumps, okay? I was like, whoa, this was amazing. And the thing is that I especially got to commend Jeff for this match because Sheamus knocked out one of his teeth. Like, literally knocked out one of his teeth. I'm like, holy shit, like, that was so awesome, okay? And, you know, the thing of it is that, like, it was a very good match, okay? It was very entertaining, the crowd was into it. At the end of it, Sheamus and Cesaro did not win the Tag Team Championships, and the thing is that I was actually predicting for them to beat the Hardys and thus turn heel in the process, okay? But here's the thing, is that Jeff Hardy ended up hitting the Swanton Bomb to pick up the victory, and that was it. The 1, 2, 3 happened, and the Hardy Boys still your WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, man. And I was like, wow, like, I was actually not expecting that, okay? Like, I really love the Hardys, but I had honestly thought that they were going to be booked as quote-unquote transitional champions, right? But, hey, I was wrong, and I don't mind being wrong. I actually love being wrong in this situation because the fucking Hardy Boys are still your WWE Tag Team Champs. But the thing is, though, is that I was completely blown back with the fact that a heel turn happened, okay? A fucking heel turn happened because after the match, Cesaro and Sheamus actually attacked the Hardys. I'm like, what? What? I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, this is crazy. And I'm just like, you know what? It's like, part of me kind of saw this coming, saw a heel turn coming, like, but I'm just like, dude, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't actually expecting it. Like, I was thinking it might have happened, but there's a difference between thinking something might happen and expecting it and all that stuff. Like, I'm just so fucking tongue-tied still. I am just so still fucking blown back, okay? Yes, the Hardys are still the champions, so in terms of my predictions, I'm 1 for 3, but, you know, the thing is that I was thinking that perhaps maybe there would be a heel turn in the process for Cesaro and Sheamus. Like, I thought that they would actually win the championships and then turn heel against the Hardys, you know, despite the fact that they beat them, but it was actually given the case that they turned heel despite the fact that the Hardys are still champions. So the thing is that Cesaro and Sheamus, they came up short when it came to the tag team match, but the heel turn, woo! I gotta say, that right there was really good heat for the crowd, and really good heat for them, okay? And this right here will, in fact, definitely change the complexion of Cesaro and Sheamus as a whole, okay? And I have a feeling that with them now, I guess, being heels, like, we can all assume that's going to be a heel turn. This right here is going to put both of their characters in a very different direction. And given the fact that Sheamus and Cesaro are two of my favorite wrestlers currently right now, this is very exciting, especially for me. So, you know, this right here, I gotta say, I was not disappointed with this match. It was fun, entertaining, crowd was fucking into it, but goddamn, like, I just gotta say, with the Hardys being champions still, with Cesaro and Sheamus assumingly turning heel, I gotta say that I kind of got the best of both worlds in this match, because I love the Hardy Boys, okay? I grew up watching that shit, right? Like, fucking TLC, WrestleMania 17, y'all remember that stuff. It was the best WrestleMania of all time. WrestleMania 17. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, I gotta go ahead and move on, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next match, being Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so now we get on to the Raw Women's Championship match for Bayley and Alexa Bliss. And this was in Bayley's hometown, okay? Now, see, here's the thing, okay, is that I had a bit of a split prediction, but I was leaning more towards the side of Bayley retaining because, I mean, come on, it was in her hometown, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty awesome match. I mean, the thing of it is that, you know, even though the crowd was very much behind Bayley and stuff like that, like, Bayley was hit the Macho Man elbow, and Alexa actually kicked out. Like, what the hell? That was the same match, the same move that put Charlotte away at WrestleMania. Fucking Charlotte, you know, one of the best women's wrestlers, like, currently, if not one of the best, like, for future of all time kind of thing. God damn it. But the thing is that, you know, Bayley actually ended up getting her head smashed into the steel post, and Alexa took advantage and actually beat her 1, 2, 3 with the DDT. Like, just straight up DDT. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, that was awesome. Like, the thing is that, you know, as much as I love Bayley, as much as I love her happy-go-lucky kind of persona and all that stuff, Alexa Bliss being the new Raw Women's Champion, it's like, dude, it's like she's a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and now she's a Raw Women's Champion. So she's the first ever woman to beat both the Raw and the SmackDown Women's Champion. Like, I'm just like, what? That's crazy. Not at the same time, I might add. God damn, that would be ridiculous. But, like, you know, on separate occasions, I'm like, what? That's crazy, man. And the thing is that, like, this right here will definitely give Alexa Bliss more heel heat because, you know, she beat the hometown hero, okay? She beat Bayley in her hometown, and I'm like, dude, that is gonna be some major fucking heat, okay? And I'm just like, dude, like, that was awesome. Like, I'm really happy for the both of them putting on a really good match. But at the end of it, I'm really happy for the fact that Alexa Bliss actually won the match and became your new Raw Women's Champion. So, yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move on now to the next segment of Payback. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so now we get into the House of Horrors match. We have ourselves a non-title match between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. And I just gotta ask, why the fuck is this a non-title match? I mean, doesn't Bray Wyatt deserve a fucking rematch? I mean, doesn't he get a rematch clause even though he lost a championship? Like, isn't that the way that all championships go? Like, what the hell? I'm like, okay, like, that right there just kind of threw me in a loop, like, right off the bat. Like, just this whole thing being a House of Horrors match, not knowing, you know, what to expect, but it not being for the WWE title? Are you kidding me? I'm like, okay, dude, okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so, like, the whole thing opened up with Randy Orton arriving in a fucking limo, of all things. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, dude, like, this right here, let's just see what the fuck happens. And the whole thing felt like a really cheesy horror movie, the way it was shot, all these special effects, okay? And the thing is that, like, when Randy Orton entered the house, Bray Wyatt creeped up from behind and attacked him from behind. And scary music was playing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this sounds like some sort of cheesy horror flick. But let's see what happens here. Let's see what the fuck else happens. So, anyways, Bray Wyatt takes off into another room. And Randy Orton goes off after him. And, you know, there was, like, dolls strewn all over the walls. And then, out of nowhere, like, Bray Wyatt attacks Randy Orton again. I'm like, okay, dude, like, this right here is, like, literally it's like a comical version of hide and seek, okay? Except, it's not exactly hide and seek, it's like hide, seek, and destroy kind of thing, okay? I'm like, okay, so anyways, like, the fight ends up continuing on, and they go into the kitchen, and they're using, like, a whole bunch of kitchen items on each other, and the thing is that Bray Wyatt tips over the fridge, and, like, I'm just like, okay, like, are you serious? Like, he tipped over the fridge onto Orton, and then after that, he actually runs outside, and he says, follow the buzzards. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you, like, I'm just like, okay, dude, like, what is gonna happen now? And Bray Wyatt actually ends up stealing the limo that Randy Orton rid in and told the driver to take him to the arena. And, see, the thing is that wasn't even the funniest part of this whole segment, okay? The crowd was not into it. They were not pleased. They were chanting boring, okay? And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I was kind of questioning WWE's logic here. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, what is this? Like, you know, I was entertained by how bad it was, okay? Like, that's how fucking bad it was. Like, I was just like, it's not supposed to have the kind of effect. If something is bad, something is fucking bad. But this was so bad, it was good. Like, I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I was face-palming the whole fucking time. Like, I was like, are you kidding me right now? So anyways, like, while that shit's going on, and while, you know, everyone's waiting for the two of them to arrive to the arena, we now move on to the next match of the pay-per-view, being Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe. Okay, so before I actually get into the Seth Rollins-Samoa Joe match, allow me to segue away from that for about 20 seconds. How many of you guys were reminded of the whole Hollywood Backlot Brawl match that took place back at WrestleMania 12 between Roddy Piper and Goldust? Because that right there didn't even feel like a match. It felt like a segment that is now spreading through the whole show. Like, they did the same thing, like, at WrestleMania 12 with the whole Hollywood Backlot Brawl thing. I mean, it ended in the ring, but there was no decisive winner. But I think we can all say that Roddy Piper got the last laugh because he left Goldust in the middle of the ring, humiliated and beaten. So, yeah, anyways, like, I was just like, holy hell, this is just like the Hollywood Backlot Brawl all over again, but with a different theme to it, and equally as funny. But anyways, now we get on to the actual match being Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe. Now, the thing is I was kind of expecting for Joe to dominate over Rollins because of his bad knee, and he did exactly that. Like, he was dominating most of the match. But the thing is that Rollins expectedly made a comeback, and the thing is, like, I was just like, okay, like, I was actually expecting for Samoa Joe to win by taking advantage of Seth Rollins' injury and being able to either, you know, put him away with a pinfall or, you know, submit him with the Coquina Clutch. But the thing is that Seth motherfucking Rollins ended up just out of nowhere, a fireman's carry into a pinfall to win out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just like, no, man. Like, that right there was something, okay? I mean, it was a fine match. Like, the thing is, it wasn't exactly what you would call a quote-unquote match of the night kind of thing, but it was fine, okay? Like, it was a really, really good match. Now, the thing is that, like, I was predicting for Samoa Joe to keep on his undefeated streak and beat Seth Rollins, albeit with a little bit of either controversy or a little bit of bad luck on Seth Rollins' end. But even still, I was expecting for Samoa Joe to win, and that didn't happen. Instead, Seth Rollins won, and I'm very happy for Seth Rollins. I love Seth Rollins. But the thing is, like, man, oh man, like, out of all the matches that we've had so far, like, I only had one prediction right, and everything else so far is just like completely, it's like I got blown out of the water when it comes to predictions, man. Okay, so now we go from a wrestling match to transitioning to, I guess, part 2 of the House of Horrors match between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Now, Bray Wyatt made his entrance, okay? He made his entrance, and as soon as the lights turned on, Randy Orton was actually behind Bray Wyatt and attacked him. I'm like, what the fuck? And not only that, but he attacked him with a steel chair. I'm like, dude, oh my god. Like, this right here was some hardcore retaliation for all the times that Randy Orton got snuck up on by Bray Wyatt in the actual house that Bray Wyatt supposedly lives in. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is crazy. So anyways, like, speaking of crazy, this right here, I was definitely not expecting. The Singh brothers actually ended up making an appearance and attacked Randy Orton. Now, while Randy Orton was able to fight them off and actually give Bray Wyatt the RKO, I thought the match was going to be finished. But see, the thing of it is that if the Singh brothers are there, you know Jinder Mahal is not too far away. And the thing is that the Singh brothers did make an appearance before on SmackDown previously where they interfered and attacked Randy Orton, and then Jinder Mahal came in and stole the championship from Randy Orton. So, yeah, Jinder Mahal actually ended up attacking Randy Orton, and thus it actually allowed for Bray Wyatt to score Sister Abigail for the 1, 2, 3, and won the match. I'm like, what just happened, okay? Like, I feel like Adam Blampier just by asking that question, you know, WWE, like, wrestling what culture? Like, shout out to you guys, by the way. Holy fuck, those guys are good. But I'm just like, what the hell? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this right here, I'm like, this conclusion, or I guess I'm gonna assume it's a conclusion to the rivalry, because the thing is that Bray Wyatt is on Raw, and Randy Orton is on SmackDown, and the thing is that Jinder Mahal is the #1 contender for the championship, and they're both on SmackDown. Now, it's as I've said before, why the hell didn't Bray Wyatt have his rematch clause for the WWE Championship? Like, what does WWE have against Bray Wyatt? It's like, you couldn't even put him over at WrestleMania once? Like, he's 0 for fucking 3 at WrestleMania. That's ridiculous. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, like, holy shit. Like, this right here, now, I guess, transitions into Randy Orton's new adversary, new feud between Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I was pretty much exhausted and out of breath at this point, okay? But the thing is that I had actually predicted for Randy Orton to win the match, and the thing is that Bray Wyatt actually won the match, technically speaking. Even though there was no disqualification, there was outside interference, Bray Wyatt won the match in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. The fat lady is singing now, you know? So, I'm just like, wow. At this point, like, my predictions are pretty much fucking shot out the window, okay? So, yeah, we're 1 for 6, you know? It's like we're 1 for 6. That's not something to thumbs up, but hey, this is all just for fun. Anyways, the thing is, we got through all that stuff. You know, there's a lot of turns in the road on the road to Payback, but now we get to the main event, being Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. So let's do this. Woo! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so now it's main event time, okay? We get to Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, and I just gotta say, I was very excited for this match, given the fact that I've really been taking a liking to Braun Strowman as of late, because of how much he's improved in more ways than one. Physique, looks, like, wrestling work, like, holy shit, the guy can move for being a near 400-pound mountain muscle man, okay? And then you got Roman Reigns, who is also one of my favorites from an inspirational standpoint with his catchphrase, I can and I will, you know? Like, those words are fucking gold to me, and since then, Roman Reigns has been a more sentimental favorite of mine for personal reasons. So anyways, Roman Reigns was coming into this match not 100%, as you can tell. He was bandaged up from the attacks previously on from Braun Strowman. So very early on in the match, Roman Reigns actually got chokeslammed onto an announce table from Braun Strowman. And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, I'm like, things are getting out of hand already. I'm like, goddamn. But see, the thing is that Roman Reigns was actually able to recover, deliver a Samoa drop onto the big, near 400-pound Braun Strowman. Despite him not being 100%, he was actually able to pull it off. And he got a near fall on him. So then came a couple of Superman punches, followed by a spear. I'm like, okay, dude, this has to be it. Like, is this going to be a fucking squash match or something? What the hell's going on? But to my surprise, Braun Strowman actually kicked out. He kicked out. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? And then the thing is, like, I'm just like, okay, what the hell's going to happen next? So anyways, Braun Strowman actually goes for a running power slam, and that's his finishing move, right? Like, I was like, okay, this has to be it, but Roman Reigns kicked out. He kicked out of the first running power slam, and taking a running power slam from a guy that size, especially when you're hurt and you can't breathe, holy shit, man, that was crazy. And then the thing is that, like, he goes for a second running power slam and actually picks up the victory. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, no way. Braun motherfucking Strowman won. He won! I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I was very, very surprised, because the thing is that I was actually going to go out of my way to pick Braun Strowman from a business perspective to say that he has to win this match. Because the thing is that, like, so far, like, Roman Reigns has always sort of got the best of Braun Strowman when the lights were on bright, when it mattered the most, when it came to actual one-on-one matches, okay? But, like, I was just like, wow, dude, like, Braun Strowman actually won against Roman Reigns, and won, like, just clean. He won, like, just, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is crazy. Like, I was just like, wow. Like, this was something. Now, the match could have went a little bit longer, because, like, you know, having a match that just lasts a little over 10 minutes, I'm like, wow. Like, that didn't even really feel like a main event, but that was the match that closed the show, and I'm like, okay. But, see, the thing is that what happened after the match, I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? Like, he actually ended up dropping Roman Reigns onto the steel steps, and then driving the steel steps right into his chest. And I'm like, whoa, dude, that's so nuts. And the thing is, like, Roman Reigns was busted up. He was bleeding, like, coughing up blood. He was like, I'm just like, dude, like, this guy's hurt. Like, what the hell is going on? And the thing is, okay, is that, like, I was surprised. I was actually surprised, especially given the fact that, okay, the crowd was chanting, thank you, Strowman. Thank you, Strowman. Like, keep in mind, he's a monster heel. And he's getting a positive reaction from the crowd. I'm like, how the hell does that even work? Like either they really, really hate Roman Reigns, or they really love Braun Strowman, or it could be both, okay? Like, wow. Holy shit, man. I'm just like, woo! I gotta say, that right there, that was something, okay? It was a very interesting way to close out the pay-per-view. I was actually kind of expecting the House of Horrors match to actually close the pay-per-view, but they went on second to last, technically speaking. Like, they finished second to last, but they went on, like, much earlier in the pay-per-view. But this right here, like, I'm just like, this is crazy. And this right here, it kind of now begs the question, like, you know, now that he's overcome Roman Reigns, and, you know, I'm just like, okay, well, what is going to be next for Braun Strowman? And I'm just like, well, wait a second. It's like, didn't he call out Brock Lesnar at one point? Like, wasn't it the night after WrestleMania that he stood right in the face of Brock Lesnar and challenged him or some shit like that? Like, are we going to be seeing Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar? Because the thing is, I've been hearing a lot of rumors that at WWE Balls of Fire, which is taking place in July, I think, according to what one of my friends was saying, was going to be taking place in July. And Brock Lesnar is going to be there to defend the Universal Championship. And I'm thinking, is this going to be against Braun Strowman? Like, because the two of them never had a one-on-one match before, okay? Woo! And I just gotta say, if that's the case, man, I am very, very much excited for that match because, you know, you got a really, really big lumberjack mountain of a man that moves really fast. He's very agile. And then you got the supreme ass-kicking machine, Brock Lesnar. Holy shit, man. What a fucking pay-per-view that was. I mean, wow. There were some things that happened there one was not expecting whatsoever, especially given the fact that my predictions count pretty much got destroyed. Because the thing is that, like, you know, of all the matches that I could predict on here, I only got 2 right. I only got 2 out of, like, what, 8 matches right? I'm like, what the hell is this, man? Like, oh, man. Like, this right here was bad. 2 out of 8 is bad. That was a total fail on my part. But hey, they're just predictions. It's meant to be for fun. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you guys very, very much for watching this video. Tell me what you guys think about the pay-per-view. Like, what are your guys' opinions if you guys watched WWE Payback? Like, tell me what was your favorite match, your favorite segment. You know, were you guys disappointed with the results, this, that, and everything else? You know, I want to know, man. I gotta say, though, the pay-per-view was actually much better than I expected, to be honest with you. I thought it was actually going to be a flop, but it's actually pretty damn awesome. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude this video. We'll say thank you, cool cats, very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure you smash the hell out of the like button. And if you want more content like this, then make sure you subscribe, support, stay positive, hit the notification bells right above you, man, so that way you're the first to know when you see your boy Mega Crasher upload next. And if you subscribe here, man, you are going to be joining a part of a community where we are a community that's tightly packed and tightly knit as one, and you know when that happens, man, we shine much brighter than the sun and the moon combined. So thank you very much for watching. Much love to you, cool cats. I'll see you next upload.